Ciao ragazzi, welcome back. Claudio Giganti here with Giga Racing. Today is January 5th and we're in a cold weather stage, and as you can see here on my table we got Alessandro's bike spare motor opened up. It's a 160 YX which is mounted on a Ohvale bike that Alessandro rides, and we're getting ready for next year's season, racing season. So this will be our spare motor and practice motor as well. I want to show you, we got this motor with the bike that we purchased from a racer that retired, and this was their spare motor. And during a weekend, race weekend, the engine broke down. This is a good engine. It's a Python Evo, and really good engine. They had a failure. The usual failure on these motors is the third gear, and of course the third gear, it was gone. I opened it up, and overall the motor looked pretty good inside, except for a few pieces of the gear assembly. They completely shut it off. What happened is, because the spacing is not 100% on those Chinese motors, the spacing on the gear, the third gear and the fourth gear, sometimes they collide and the gearbox get locked together, and so you break part of the gears. Okay, sometimes happen that the actual engine case cracks in between when the gears are really stuck together. We were fortunate when I opened this motor that all it was is just a gear assembly problem. So I ordered a brand new gear assembly. You can see it already pre-fitted, and I also they also recommend to change a gear selector. Okay, the gear selector was also fairly damaged. I don't know if you can see it on the video. There's a lot of huge marks on it, and it's because it was hitting, the spacing is not correct, so it's hitting some of the gear and it's getting shaved off. So time over time, it eventually will break down. Okay, so you can replace the gear assembly, primary and secondary gear assembly, and the gear selector. And overall the motors were very pleased. All the bearings are in a really good shape, piston, connecting rod, everything looks in a really good shape. The engine didn't have many hours. It was well built, and they were using good oil in the engine, so the engine didn't have much damage. It was probably shut off right away when the third gear got jammed, and that saved the motor. On saying that, these motors are really nice. They run well. The only problem is, as I said, the gearbox, and I saw some with some valves problem, or the timing chain jumping off a tooth and the engine going off timing. So we are going to repack this motor. So if you like the video, you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. We'll make a video about reassembling the motor. The motor is pretty basic. It's not too complex. You just got to be really careful with the spacing, and overall the motor performed very well. So I'm looking forward to see it back together and see how it's gonna perform once it's done. We did all the cleaning yesterday, which is the worst part. Okay, clean everything to perfectly clean before reassembly, and obviously we're gonna use a new gasket sets to make sure that everything is sealed properly and it doesn't leak. And hopefully we'll get to try this spring. Stay connected. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.